Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. I'm a little under the weather today, so we're going to do Bourbon Bills Collection update since I can't taste or really smell much. So here we go. There it is in all its glory, the one liquor shelf. Now in the unfinished basement. The last one of these we did, the basement was finished. I had kind of like a little water closet, if you will, of things. So this is what it looks like now. There's wines over there, other liquors. But what you're most interested in is the bourbon shelf. And no, it's actually not. Well, it is at max capacity. We'll say that. But you might say, well, you got floor whiskey now. You didn't before. Well, true. But I used to have the cart down here that had a few bottles on it. So that's kind of where the floor whiskey would go. So the collection stayed about the same. But new bottles have come, and some bottles have gone. So let's dive in for a closer look. Alright, so the top shelf up here is really Wild Turkey, Buffalo Trace type stuff, and Brown Foreman, and then some oddballs. So we'll go through those. We got Russell's Reserve 13. This is probably batch 5, or batch 3. Then we have batch 3, and then in the back here is batch 1. So I still have 1, 3, and 5. You know, for reviews for you guys when they come out with new ones. Got my trusty Rare Breed, can't be without that. Got a Wild Turkey Unforgotten, that was the Burr Rye, in case you like that. Then actually the one behind that, it's actually a Sherwood Maryland Heritage Series, like 14-year-old rye. But the bottle that it came in was crap and it fell apart. Sorry for the bottle clanging, that's what it's going to be. We got a Weller Antique 107 store pick. Got a Michter's Bomb Burgers from 2023, which was absolute fire. Thanks again, James, for that bottle. Behind that, we got the Real Tater Gem, John J. Bowman Single Barrel. I think that came from James. Thank you, James. We got a Stag Junior, and then there's another Stag Junior over there. I believe it's 16 and 18. That's what I have left. I drank the 17. Got the Angel's Envy 2023. Thank you, Tim Buma. That's a Weller Foolproof Store pick. Also, thank you, Tim Buma. Those are both his. We have the rarest bottle I own actually here on top. It's the 13th Colony 13-year cask strength rye at 13 years old, and you read that right, 149.3 proof. Only like 92 bottles were yielded in that barrel, and that came from Elixir Wine and Spirits in Spring Hill, Tennessee, for those that care. Woodford Batch Proof from 2024, the 121.2. I drank last year's already, that's gone. I quite enjoy this one, it's a good bottle. Little mini, Old Forester 1920. Got an Old Forester barrel strength back there, and then just a small 375 double oak. This Old Forester barrel strength here, Chamber Wine and Liquors. Thanks, David Perrin, for help with that one. This is really close to Old Forester 150th Anniversary Batch 3, by the way. Alright, so comment on that first shelf. You know, how are we doing? How are we doing? Second shelf down here is kind of Heaven Hill and Sagamore. Again, with a few weird ones in between. So, on the Heaven Hill side, we have all the 2023s. So this is C923, that 13-year monster right here. You have B523, A123. This is actually C920. That's the oldest one I own back there. And then behind that, we're going to have A124, the first one from 2024. And behind that is a Larceny Barrel Proof C922, the best Larceny ever. It's the only Larceny I own right now, currently. Still waiting on that B524 to come out, I guess, from Elijah Craig. In the running, definitely for Whiskey of the Year, is a Sealbox Bull Run 10-year Cognac MGP. It's a really good stuff. And then we kind of get into this like weird stuff in the middle. You got a Hughes Bella Bedford 10-year Barrel Proof Rye MGP. Got that at Drug City in Maryland, I believe. Behind that is what I think the best Bardstown discovery since 4, number 8, which was actually a Burr Rye. Finished Burr Rye, I might add. Then we got some special Wilderness Trails. This is a Wilderness Trail store pick rye, also from Drug City, but this one is 6-year. This one is 6-year, 7-month cask strength rye pick. Then behind that is 100 proof, but it's the 8-year high rye bourbon. That's really good. Just got that one. Didn't do a review of that one yet. Then behind that is my remaining Dickel bottle, Dickel 15. It's like 101 proof, I think, something like that, 100.8 proof. You got to get them in that proof point if you want them. They're really good in that proof point. Then we got the Peerless from Tamar's Wine and Liquor in New Jersey. It's a single barrel pick of their double oak bourbon, and boy, she is delicious. It's your Iron Maiden reference. Peer of the Dark. Then behind that, we got the Sagamore. We got the good old Sagamore double oak. Always keep that on hand. Then we have also one of the rarest bottles I own, actually, the Maple Syrup Cask Finish, which was a 2-barrel pick. Probably only like 200 bottles of this in existence. Very good. Behind that is the Vino de Naranja pick. And that was actually Jason's from the Mash and Drum, his Summer Jam pick. Then we have the newer Manhattan finish. You should definitely pick one of these up. This is kind of a nationwide release. If you haven't watched that video, go watch that. We have, always top 3 or 4 rye of the year, the Sagamore Port finish. Then behind that is just a little 375 cask strength. So stocked up on them Sagamores. Now we go just the glasses. They're still here. Now we're down to like the Jack Daniel's Makers and Knob Creek shelf. So we got a Knob Creek single barrel store pick. Actually an 11-year. This is the You Can't Handle Proof Tater sticker, in case anyone was wondering. Behind that's 12, 15. What's after 15? Is it going to be 18? Oh no, it's a 12 cask strength. That's one of the best Knob Creek's ever made. 12-year cask strength. Then we got the Hardin's Creek Jacob's Well Batch 2, 211. Definitely leading, I believe, for Bourbon of the Year this year. Behind that is the Frankfurt Hardin's Creek, which was my last year's Bourbon of the Year. Then we got a store pick, Knob Creek Rye, cask strength, obviously. Only like a 6.5 year, nothing special. And there's the 18, Knob Creek 18, that's batch 1. All over to the Jack Daniel's side, we got the 10-year batch 3, phenomenal. Go watch my video on that. 12-year batch 1, also my winner. Behind that is the 12-year batch 2, that's a new one from 2024. Twice barreled special release rye from last year. And then my coveted Coy Hill back there, mostly gone now. And then behind that is a pick from Bourbon Street Wine and Spirits of a cask strength rye. Single barrel proof rye from Jack Daniel's. Delicious one. Then we got, thank you Jordan, haven't reviewed this one yet, but it's the Ancient Cave Collection from Ben Holiday. More Jim Beam, the Old Overholt 10-year cask strength rye. A delicious, delicious rye. If you haven't got that, you definitely should. My Kings County, look how dark that is. That Kings County Seal Box single barrel, the best Kings County I've had, hands down. I drank my other Kings County, they're gone, so that's the only one I got left on the shelf. Then I got some little Tennessee Taster JDs. I got 2 old ones back there, then 2 newer ones. Currently, really the only makers I have left, and I really am not looking for more, is the Maker's Bet 2023 Wood Finishing Series limited release. Just, I don't know, Makers needs to do more. Makers needs to do more, and they said they were done with wood finishing, and I was excited, but then they're just doing damn wood finishing again. It's really disappointing. Alright, the bottom shelf is where you're going to find my only sealed bottles, and I'm real selective on that, and then just some other stuff, mainly Barton and like Widow Jane down here. So, start here on the left, we got a 1792 foolproof store pick. We got a 1792 12-year. That's my favorite of theirs so far. And just got this one. It's a 1792 single barrel. Haven't tried that one yet. Behind that, we got a Lucky 7 Proprietor 14-year. So good. So good. But it's almost gone. I'm really cherishing it. Behind that is the much lauded Remus 5. Really been downhill since that. Since then, then the best bourbon I've ever owned, bought, I would say probably tasted, besides maybe Michter's 20. I've tasted Michter's 20, but this is the best bottle I've ever owned. It's the Heaven Hill 17-year. From what I hear, much better than the Heaven Hill 18 that came out this year, so I'm not even caring to find Heaven Hill 18. Widow Jane Decadence, quite a delicious bottle, maple syrup finished. Widow Jane Lucky 13. And then in my mind, the best Widow Jane bottle out there, besides the vaults, but they're pretty expensive. It's the Widow Jane 10-year anniversary bottle at 100 proof. Really good bottle, really good bottle. The best Widow Jane they've done, except for the Vault series, but the Vault series was like $2.50. These were $99.99. Nursing the last of my Calumet 16. They haven't released that again. Either that or a Sam Houston. So I guess they're out of these age stocks. But Calumet 16 was my favorite out of all those. Then we have an Old Fitzgerald 19-year. I'd say the best Old Fitzgerald is either this or the 17-year. I don't bother with any of the other ones. They're not as good. Remus Gatsby Reserve 15-year. This is the first one from 2022, I believe. Not the 2023. This is a 2022 release. And then you're at my sealed backup bottles. And you might say, what is Bourbon Bill backup? Knob Creek pick of You Can't Handle Proof. Because where are you finding 11-year-old Knob Creek picks for 60 doll hairs? You're not. A backup of the Chambers Wine and Liquor Old Forester sealed. Again, this is, I almost call this even in a blind with Old Forester 150th anniversary. That's how good this pick is. And these can be pretty hit or miss. So that's why I keep that one on hand. A backup Coy Hill. Lucky enough to get one of those. A backup Four Roses single barrel. I did finish my open one. Haven't opened this one yet. I keep this one around because of the age. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on here, but it's an 11-year, 7-month OESF. And the new ones are like 8-9 year. I'm sorry, I'm not paying $100 for 8-9 year crap. I'll stick with my 10 or plus. This is in the last 11. That should be good. My favorite Jack Daniel's single barrel proof of all time, Creston's Wine and Spirits number 3. My last bottle sealed. I did finish my open bottle. This is the best store pick they've ever done. I have no proof of this besides how dark the color is and the taste, but this pick, I'd say, is between 8 and 9 years old. They just don't do them that old anymore. It's reminiscent of the Jack Daniel's 10-year, but at a higher proof. I think they don't do them this old anymore because they're using the age stocks now in their age releases. But this is an older one from like 2020. And then my last backup of the Knob Creek 12 cask strength. I had 2 backups, but one you saw was open up there. Because I do drink them. So that's it for my sealed bottles. That's what's in the bunker. Those 6 bottles right there. And I mean, I'm going to open, they're nothing, I guess besides the Coy Hill and the Knob Creek 12 cask strength, they're not irreplaceable. But I drink them. You saw that. I have other ones that are open. And then finally we come down to like the floor selection, which I just don't have room on the shelf. It's the Bull Run 15-year sherry finished American whiskey. Corbin and Cash, almost an 8-year cask strength, 100% rye. Really good. I'm looking forward to that one. And I just did a review on this delicious bad. Look how dark this is. Again, it just shocks me. 95 proof white port cask finished Chattanooga. My single barrel cask strength Chattanooga. My spring bib Chattanooga. This is my first Milam and Green bottle that I've had. Cask strength. So we'll get. I haven't done a review of that. We'll get into that. I think it's Jack Daniel's. It says comes from Tennessee. I think it's Jack Daniel's. It's partially aged in Texas, so. Just a terrible port finish rye, Midwinter Night's Dram. That's actually my brother-in-law's. He couldn't finish it, so he gave it to me pretty much for review. I mean, every year it gets dumped on by Sagamore Port. I don't really buy them anymore, but I always take samples just to see how badly Sagamore beats it every year. Then the Benchmark Top Floor Full Proof. They're actually getting, well, they're about half, a little bit lower than that. And then this is delicious. A Blue Note Juke Joint Whiskey Uncut Unfiltered pick. This beats some Stag Junior. So if you're out there going, I can't get Stag, it's not the same flavor profile, but for like 50 doll hairs, this is going to be better. So there you go. There's the collection update. That's all there is, folks, as they say. So if you see something I should have, let me know. I'll tell you what, this year I'm looking forward to a few things. I've done some videos on that, but Bourbon Bill buys what Bourbon Bill drinks. You see, there's not much here that I don't like besides probably the Midwinter Night's Dram down there. That's really the only thing that I would say I don't really ever reach for. Everything else is in rotation. So if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Hopefully I'm feeling better and we can get back to reviews. Thanks, everybody. Have a good evening.